Good morning, everybody. This is Mike Forsyth from MGF Attorneys in Hilton, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. Welcome to today's interview, which is with Lisa Andrews, who is an estate agent with Acutt Real Estate. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for agreeing to be interviewed by me.
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, to start with, how did you get into estate agency and how long have you been an agent?
Mike, I've been an agent for about just over 10 years now. I've always had an inherent interest in real estate. Quite passionate about it now, the longer I've been in it. And yeah, I trained as a teacher at Edgewood years ago, and then raised a family. And once the children got to high school level, I felt that I wanted to either go back into teaching or alternatively, I had the opportunity to go into real estate, and I was very grateful for the opportunity extended to me from Pam and Mark Bass from Acutt Properties, where I first started. I think initially I thought that with wanting to be involved in the children's lives still and helping my partner with administrative work at the time and running a household and a property on over a hectare of land, I thought that I could do real estate part-time, but I learned very quickly that's not the case. So yeah, I was very grateful for the opportunity extended from Acutt.
Yeah, so I guess that your teaching experience does bring you certain skills in real estate. Would you agree with that? And what skills do you think they have brought with you?
Well, I think if there's any comparison between the two professions, I think both are very much people professions. And by nature, I am more reserved, but I feel that my teaching experience definitely laid a good platform, and that you require kind of soft skills with real estate, communication skills, very, very important, and listening, negotiation, patience, being tactful. And I think my teaching experience did help to build some of those necessary skills.
Absolutely. I think you've highlighted a lot about what is important as an estate agent, and those communication skills are absolutely critical. So yes, I'm sure teaching helped you enormously. Do you get ongoing training with your agency, on a monthly, weekly basis to add to your skills? Does that happen?
Absolutely. So my principal is Patrick Acutt, and I fall under both him and Jonathan Acutt. We have weekly training sessions on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock, where we log into Microsoft Teams and yeah, basically interact with agents right across South Africa with Acutt. We're currently doing a series called Adam, which is short for a deal a month. And Jonathan is really honing our focus at the moment to achieve those ends. And I find those sessions very sharpening.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's great that there is that ongoing training, because the market and the whole system of estate agency changes all the time. I mean, obviously there's some basics, but overall there's always something new that we can learn about the property market and estate agency. So that's fantastic that you're getting that ongoing training. The next question I've got is, what suggestions do you have for someone contemplating listing their home for sale? Is it important to do some cosmetic changes that make the property look better?
Absolutely. I think I would say choose the right real estate agency first, and agents that are on the ball, that are I think it's important to check credentials. And then obviously the next step would be to price the property to sell at a realistic market value. And that is very important in order to achieve a sale in a relatively short period of time. Cleaning, decluttering, doing all those essential repairs, I believe, are absolutely necessary. And yeah, those are what comes to mind
how about
in order to achieve a sale quickly.
Yeah, how about making big capital outlays, so renovations such as a new bathroom, new kitchen, or is that really overcapitalizing and you want to leave it up to the purchaser to decide what they want to put in? So you sell it kind of as is, but looking neat and tidy, but don't expend a lot of money just before the sale.
I don't think we can overcapitalize in improving bathrooms and doing sort of major cosmetic repairs in terms of bathrooms and kitchens. Those are, I would say, essential. It definitely depends on the seller's circumstances, their resources, their time available. So yes, I would say definitely do those major cosmetics. But to employ sensitivity with regards to what is well within the seller's budget and time constraints.
Right. Yeah. How important is a sole mandate in a sale? Is that a good thing, bad thing? What is your view on that?
I think sole mandate allows the agent to employ a lot more drive and focus and energy into that marketing that property. And I think the market definitely senses that and kind of meets it with a similar sort of energy and response. And we do find that our sole mandates do sell quicker because of that focus and that drive. With an open mandate, the amount of energy one invests as an agent and the resources and the marketing capital that one employs to get that property out there and showcased better than other properties of similar type, it kind of is diluted, and often those properties that are not on a sole mandate end up standing on the market for some time and sometimes even going stale. So yeah, I'm all for sole mandates, and I think they definitely do work.
Excellent. Yes, I've come across that as well. It incentivizes the agents to put in as much effort as possible into that sale because they've got that sole mandate. So yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. You've obviously got a lot of experience in the market. I mean, 10 years is a good length of time to have been in the market. So you can advise a seller on the market value of a property, what it is currently. And linked to that is what happens when you don't get buy-in from the seller who has a particular value in mind that they must achieve. How do you get that past the seller?
Well, thankfully, we do have a variety of resources available that enable us to do comparatives of what is available on the market at the time and what is sold recently. And I think for any serious seller wanting to achieve a positive outcome, that they do need to consider being realistic and reasonable in terms of pricing. And that's often where agents can come in and advise and counsel. So generally, I do try to employ some price counseling if I find that the expectation of the seller is a little out of line. And most times with guidance, one does manage to meet a price that is going to be acceptable to the seller.
Yeah, and it's kind of linked to that question is it a buyer's or a seller's market at present?
I think with our economy as it is at the moment and the challenges that we're facing, and without going into all of those, I do think it is still a buyer's market. I think the house price inflation is still lower than general inflation right now.
Right, yeah. And have you found that there is a bit of a kind of like a sticking point because the interest rates have risen so much? Are people feeling that, or the buyers feeling that they want to buy a property, but the interest rates are putting those properties out of their range?
It does seem to vary. It depends. It seems to be depending on the price bracket that the different buyers are coming in at. Yeah, the lower priced homes up to about 2 million, I'd say. I think there is a concern about the interest rates, which has caused the lull at the moment.
Right.
But those with capital who are open to and able to purchase larger properties, higher priced properties, and farms even, I think that while there is still a reservation, I think that there is it is starting to pick up again.
So really, cash is king, as we've often said. Cash is king in the current
Always,
market. Cash is
yeah.
king again. Yeah. Lisa, I'm going to share a screen because I know you've got a property that you're wanting to showcase today. So let me pop that up on the screen. Right, there we go. This looks like a really beautiful property. Would you like to take us through it?
Absolutely. So this property is situated in Winterskloof, which is one of the suburbs just on the outside of Hilton. It is situated on almost a hectare of land. It's a 3-bedroom house that has been lovingly restored, and there's a 2-bedroom cottage as well. It is completely off-grid in terms of electricity, so they have solar power and are not affected by the outages in our area. And yeah, it's north-facing, has a pool, subdivisible with huge Winterskloof properties. It's quite an encouragement that these properties can be subdivided now, and so in that from that point of view, it really is good value at 2.575 million.
Yes, that sounds like great value. I'm going through these pictures reasonably quickly, but it looks like an amazing property. I think one of the big things that you've highlighted there is that it is off-grid, because that's where we're going these days, is trying to be as much off-grid as we possibly can.
Yes.
So yes, this really is. It's a beautiful home, as we can see. Looked like they had a good amount of firewood chopped up and ready to burn as well.
It does get chilly, yeah. It's opposite the Winterskloof Tennis Club as well, and there's so it's great if you know, in terms of that Winterskloof Tennis Club is still quite active on Saturdays, and there's also the Eagles Community Initiative in the area, which is very nearby. Their little office is very close by to this property.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing there. So people, if you want this property, Lisa's the person to contact, and get your offer in as soon as you possibly can. Lisa, thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. I've really enjoyed the interview with you. Good luck with these sales, and yes, have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks very much.
Thanks. Bye.